Hello and welcome everybody. We have the NAU patch notes for March 12th. Let's get right into it. We have some class changes coming, so Sorceress, we have the Prime Black Wave. The PvP damage is going down from 40 to 32%. Prime Dark Flame and the Succession Ultimate Dark Flame also getting adjusted from 29.5 to 33.9. Prime Shadow Eruption and the Ultimate again going from 31.8 to 33.4. And Prime Violation, the damage ratio is going from 27.48% to 31.09. Then we have Tamer getting adjusted, so the follow command is the cooldown is getting reduced from 60 to 20 seconds. They've removed the effect of greatly reduced damage taken by the Tamer while riding High Long, and they changed it so damage reduction rate of 10% is applied while mounted. The High Long Leaf Slash, they added a critical hit rate plus 20 in PvP only. They added a forward moving attack on the LMB after the High Long Throat Burn, and added separate damage value that applies after learning the Prime Summon High Long, which is 2,735 times 4. Then we have the High Long Void Lightning. They added an effect that recovers 200 HP 5 times during the skill. They did remove the plus 36 evasion. The effect has been moved to the High Long Scratch, and they changed the input from Q to hold Q to match the actual input. Then we have the High Long Scratch. They added the All Evasion, as mentioned, plus 36 for 10 seconds, added a critical hit rate of 50, increased HP per hit from 38 to 150, and they changed its stiffness to be PvE only, and separate damage values for the Prime. Before it was 1,775, now it's 3,605. High Long Whiplash, they improved to combo faster into the evasion. They adjusted the attack area forward to match the visual effect and apply hits where High Long actually strikes. The critical hit rate plus 20 will only apply in PvP. High Long's Throat Burn, they've changed it so the skill is performed at the same speed as when used in a combo. Following this, the skill now attacks forward immediately without backwards movement. It's also been changed to perform the dash attack of High Long Leaf Slash when pressing LMB after the skill, and they removed the all evasion, and again it's been moved, and the CC on hit from PvE only floating to a knockdown. It seems to be a both PvE PvP knockdown. High Long Evasion, they reduced the cooldown from 5 to 2 seconds. They added an all evasion plus 36 for 10 seconds. They improved to combo faster into the High Long Trample and Whiplash. They also increased the backward movement distance to match the distance to the left or right. And it's been changed so that evasion pressing AD plus RB will now perform High Long Scratch instead of High Long Whiplash. High Long Trample, they changed the bound to be PvE only. They've adjusted the attack area to match the visual effect. Added a magic AP plus 22 for 10 seconds. They removed critical hit rate plus 20 for 10 seconds and increased the HP recovery from 50 to 125. The critical hit rate plus 20 will remain, however, if you learn the Prime Summon High Long. High Long Surging Tide, they added knockback on hits. Knockback is also applied to the 2 additional activations gained after learning the Prime Surging Tide. They've also improved it to immediately deal last attack damage upon landing the dash attack. They added an all evasion minus 36 for 10 seconds on hits, added movement speed minus 20 for 5 seconds on hit. The skill cost has been changed from 80 MP to 200 stamina. The 200 stamina consumption for additional activations up to 2 times after learning the Prime Searching Tide remains unchanged. And it's been improved to combo faster in High Long Searching Tide after skills. High Long Lightning of the Earth changed all the damage reduction on hits from minus 20 to minus 25. Increased the recover HP per hit from 60 to 175. Improved to combo faster into the High Long Throat Burn, and they added a nullify during cooldown to the critical hit rate description. High Long Fearful Trembling, they added a down smash to the skill and adjusted the speed of the camera effects. High Long Upward Claw, they also added the down attack and improved to combo faster into High Long Trample. High Long Roaring, they changed it from Shift E to Shift C to match a Tamer skill, and adjusted the attack area to match the visual again, and they added stun on hits, and they removed the Recover MP. And then finally, High Long Legendary Beast Power has been changed to combo into evasion or scratch at any time while moving, improved High Long to rotate towards the camera direction at the start, and increased High Long's rotation speed towards the camera direction while moving. Then we have Kunoichi Awakening being adjusted, so we have the Lunar Dash has been improved so its skill can be comboed into the following skills smoothly: Tendon Cutter, Ghost Step, Halo, and Half Moon Slash. Penumbral Blade has been improved so that other awakening skills combo into the skill smoothly. It's also been changed to move to a target only after maintaining a lock. They've increased the invincibility duration by 0.16 seconds, and the cooldown has been reduced by 1 down to 6. The lighted blast, they've increased the movement speed, the distance and the speed of Moonlight. They've also improved so that the skill can be comboed with other skills, and changed the skill damage. So before it was 2607, now it's 4067. Dance Macabre, they removed the Sand Chakram throw cancel during certain skill combos. The character will now always move after throwing this chakram. The skill execution speed has been increased accordingly. They've also changed to apply damage during the chakram throw motion, and with the new movement mechanic, the character can no longer pass through targets, and the movement will end immediately upon collision. The function to stop movement via LMB has been removed. And they also added a plus 24 evasion for 10 seconds. The float chakrams rise. The CC effect has been changed from a float to a knockdown. They removed the air attack, added a combo trigger by holding RB after Penumbral Blade. They increased the skill execution speed, improved so the skill can be comboed into Ghost Step, Penumbral Blade, and the block jump smoothly. And they changed the skill damage as well, the PvP application from 29.57 to 35. Lunatic Discus, the critical hit rate from PvE only has been changed to a general one, and the PvP damage from 50.85 to 37.3. And finally, on the flow block jump, they increased melee AP from plus 12 to plus 24. Then we have Guardian being adjusted, the Guardian Succession. So the Succession Dragon's Calling, they've increased the recover HP on one-handed skill hits from 100 to 200, and two-handed to 400 on the two-handed. Guard, they changed all damage reduction from plus 20 to 40 when using a skill in succession. Prime Black Blood Circle, they removed the damage reduction increase applied to self and allies. Changed to deal damage with the area while the area is held. Enemies hit while the area is maintained will now be affected by Succession Dragon's Calling. Recover HP on hits from Succession Dragon's Calling will not apply. And it's been changed to apply damage reduction rate plus 30% while under super armor during this skill. Omo's Circle, they've added super armor and added 2500 HP to self when using a skill. They've adjusted the attack area to match the visual effect, and the cooldown has been increased from 20 to 50 seconds. Omo's Flame, they added a forward guard during the skill, removed all speed reduction on hits, changed to always attack at the fixed location regardless of where it's being aimed, and increased the attack area of attack 2. The cooldown has been halved from 18 to 9. Sturdy Smite, they added forward guard during the skill and changed the bound to apply in PvE only. They removed the down smash, changed the melee damage reduction on hits to an all damage reduction minus 20, changed so that learning a skill will now trigger instead of Juggernaut Smite, and the cooldown has been reduced from 22 to 9 seconds. And the final change, Mountain's Echo, has been changed so the skill activates when Rock Slide 1 is on cooldown, improved so the skill can be comboed into Rock Slide 1 smoothly, and added a combo into Rock Slide 2. Sage has some changes, or one change. The Dimensional Compression, the defensive effect has been changed from super armor to a forward guard. That is a big change. Then we have Drakania. So we have a change on the stiffness to apply in PvE only on the Azure Onslaught 1 to Absolute. Succession Azure Onslaught has been added to maintain stiffness in Succession. So Succession keeps the stiffness, thankfully. Apparently it's not a prime skill, but they're treating it sort of like one. In the case of Awakening, now we get into Awakening, Dragon Blood Tip of the Scale and the Black Spirit, they added super armor. Knockdown now applies in PvE only. It's been changed so the skill is always performed with increased movement distance. Accordingly, using the skill will always consume 150 stamina. The character rotation has been changed. Well, character rotation to the camera. They've adjusted the PvP damage ratio from 41.27 to 30%, and for the Black Spirit from 41.26 to 24.8. Dragonblood Stormpiercer, they added a forward guard, and the stun is also PvE only. They removed the down smash, and the PvP has been reduced from 40.9 to 32.3%. Hexablood Tectonic Slam, they added a super armor, and floating also PvE only. Floating gained after the core Tectonic Slam will still apply the CC and PvP. Hexablood Savage Decree, the PvP damage ratio has been changed. Attack 1 and 2 went from 39.7 and 46.9 on the third to 40 and 59. Hexblood Flow Concealed Claw has the damage adjusted from 41.05 to 46.5. Stormpiercer also adjustment from 43.1 and 45 to 44 and 51 respectively. Storm Maul, the floating on attack 1 has been changed to a knockdown. They removed the air attack on hit an attack on hit 1 and changed down attack on attacks 1 and 2. Hexablood Tip of the Scale to trigger from attack 3 when comboed from the Storm Maul. And Fate Beckons, they added a super armor, they increased the execution speed, increased the attack area to match the visual, decreased movement distance, and changed so the skill can be comboed into other skills. Finally, we get into class changes in general. The Guardian Succession Juggernaut, they fixed the descriptions. Almost Circle also description fixes. Fate Beckons, they fixed an issue where the skill consumed less stamina than stated. The Impale, they fixed an issue where floating occasionally did not apply when comboed as an instant activation. Kunoichi, they improved the control description for class explosive skills. Penumbral Blade, they fixed the issue where the character occasionally moved past the target during the attack. Kunoichi Danse Macabre, they removed the outdated description regarding the spin effect. The Lighted Blast, they separated the Shadow Clone related skill description. Wizard Witch, they improved the description of Awakening skill empowered by summons to make their effects easier. Affected wizard skills are Aqua Gel Explosion, Hellfire, Cataclysm Flow, Orange Guidance, and the Belied Destruction. And on Witch, Equilibrium Break, Fissure Wave, Thunderstorm, Voltaic Pulse, and Yoke of the Ordeal. Wukong Tusita's Gore, they improved the issue where the Wukong's hair effect did not apply when using a skill with certain movements in the Buddha state. Then we have some monster changes. So they finally added the Saunil Destroyer to the Saunil Siege Cabinet at Saunil Camp Elvia. The Paturum titles, Ornithologist, Irresistible Eyes, Naked, and Paturum Slayer can now be gotten through the reanimated Ancient Kutum, which can be done by Adatosa. They improved the Black Shrine Odukshini Calamity 8 and 10, so if you survive the fatal attack triggered by failing, you can continue the fight without ending. Odukshini will, however, enter a Berserk state with AP and DP buffs. They changed the race of the Black Star Incarnation of Corruption at Star's End from Chemisylvia to Demi-Human. The boss Field of Vision effect now triggers when the monster appears. Combat and skill XP obtained from defeating the monster has been increased by about 5 times. And they replaced the ancient weapon Pirash monster found among the normal monsters in Sakurai Lower with normal Pirash monsters. Then we have the really big update, War of the Roses. So War of the Roses application, it's been changed from 30 to 100 for the leading guild, 200 to 270 on the 3rd Legion. Times remain the same, pretty much with summertime dependent. Conditions, however, there is some extra stuff. So the leading guild must confirm the numbers of leading guild participants by Sunday 1:05 or 3:05 in the afternoon on the day of the battle. Any guild or alliance that has one at least 2, so the conditions will remain the same. The cost has been halved down to 5 billion. The selection process times remain the same. There is some notes at the bottom. If the leading guild has insufficient members, additional participants will be drafted into 3rd Legion and receive 3rd Legion rewards, which is why the leading guild needs to say how many people they're showing up with. So effectively, if the leading guild has fewer than 100 participants, the remaining slots will be filled by 3rd Legion applicants. This additional recruitment only triggers if the total number of 3rd Legion applicants exceeds 200 per faction. As the leading guild plays a vital role, it must maintain at least 30 members, therefore a maximum of 70 additional can be recruited, and accordingly the maximum capacity for 3rd Legion has been changed from 200 to 270. Participants recruited to fill the leading guild vacancies will still get 3rd Legion rewards, so with that, no real change. They reduced the application fee for the leading guild. They've improved so that team chat activates at 3:05 on Sunday once the 3rd Legion selection is finalized. They've also improved so that Legion guilds can view the affiliate guild information on their Legion members. It's been improved so that the leading guilds can also view the Arena of Solera rank of offline adventurers in the platoon placement. Kind of surprising there, but okay. Sanctum buffs and reward adjustments. So the map has been changed to remove the entire upper Navarre Steppe section pretty much. They've reduced the number of sanctums from 10 to 7 for both sides. The location of certain abandoned cannons have been adjusted, and also the faction spawns. So with 14 total sanctums, the buffs are also being adjusted. The increased AP on the commanders by about 1.8 times. To capture the enemy sanctum, you must still defeat the monster within. Upon defeat, the faction guardian's monster will appear. When a sanctum is successfully captured from the enemy, the newly spawned guardians will be invincible for 3 minutes. Then we have effectively Griffin and the Calc being deleted from the respective sides. The buffs, however, from the sanctums do remain the same overall. Pretty much the lost sanctums just got pushed into other sanctums buffs as well. The rewards are being adjusted as well, so the leading guild is going to get a few more 1000G gold bars, more traces of thunderbolts, same thing on the victory and flourishing and blossoming reward, so pretty much extra gold bars. Third Legion liberation reward, more money and traces. Overall, nothing too crazy there, but overall better. Quests and Knowledge, it changes starting NPC for the quest Investigate Ancient Ruins to ensure smoother quest progression. They revised certain lines in the Selfineth dialogue about Lucky Hour at Ovi Academy. They also fixed an issue where the following knowledge entries could not be obtained in Land of Morning Light, which is Whale Island, Water Ghost Rock, Beach Boat, and Old Manuscript. And they removed the quest Weekly Preparing to Leave, as it is no longer available following the Sakraya Ruins revamp. NPC background and sound, Liana has moved from the top of Alternova to down near the Stable Keeper. They also updated some dialogue shown when they first talking to Marianne, Kyle, Hamid, and Jackson. They also added an effect in the lower zone to clearly distinguish the boundary between Monster Zone and Water. UI-wise, we have added a sell same type function to the Trade Manager NPCs after you have bargained. Now you can sell certain types of fish only. This should make min-maxing a little bit more possible. Then they also added various world map functions to be more convenient via hotkeys. So pressing Control after opening the world map will now show hotkey options. Pressing the displayed key with Control or Control Shift will open the corresponding menu. Changing the keys via the cogwheel buttons at the bottom right of the world map. This can be effectively customized. They also changed the Captain Order minigame to no longer show when you board a galley cabin of another guild in the Alliance. Related details have been added to the skill description. To be honest, that is a little bit sad. The fact that Alliance members cannot row, to be honest, it should be finally fixed. But now they're just blocking it. System-wise, they improved the loading speed of the Arena Solera replay function and the snowboard replay functions. Modifications and changes. There was some problems with the Quiet Elegance armor for Lan and Busa. They fixed an issue where max HP was occasionally capped in Blue Battlefield. Fixed an issue where the work progress information in the world, you could only close the world map by pressing escape. Fixed an issue where the storage icon would disappear after entering a production node. Some issues with the refined origin of Dark Hunger and enhancement chance of 291. They also fixed an issue where the scroll bar failed at the function of auto use. They fixed the daily hunting while Drakania, allowing multiple selections. Some issues with the Mermaid Fountain statue not being able to be installed. Gamepad mode, they fixed an issue where the cursor would not move. Fixed some issues in the Dark Prince Ashes to Ashes, Dust to Dust could be accepted at the same time as the alternate story branches, only when special titles are equipped. And they fixed an issue where visual effects remained after obtaining the House Cleft by a Blade knowledge near the Orbita Adventure log. Going into events, it's still hot in here. March 12th to March 26th, the hot time, extra hot time returns. 500% combat XP, skill XP, life XP, which excludes mountain trading. Item drop rate of 50%, and the Decade Infused Pearl, which surprisingly I don't see, but I think we'll just need to jump to the old one. Yeah, we just need to jump for the old one. So here we have round 2. We're just going to continue this. We have the Radiant Adventure Pack, Transcendent Premium Enhancement Box, Thankful Premium Outfit, Mod Selection Coupons, BD9, Primavera, Choose Your Costume, Sweet Premium Enhancement Boxes, Value Pack, Camasovia, and Old Moon. Some storage, well, one storage, one Central Market Made, Marty's Processed Fuel, some Horse Gear, Thea's Orbs, Mount Skill Change Coupons, Mount Level Downs, Intriguing Adventure Boxes, Mount XP Scrolls, and just Gold Bars. So overall, this is now active, while the old ones are still available to exchange, but you can no longer receive them. Then we have the return of the Mysteries of Anniversaries. This will run for the next 10 days from March 12th to 26th, apparently a little bit longer. So overall, if you participate, you get a participation excellent exclamation mark title, permanent, and top one gets, well, Cronstones. How to participate? To participate in the event and be eligible for the rewards, you will need to leave a comment in the GM note with the correct solution. For each try post a new comment. Do not edit your message or you may be disqualified. The leaderboard for each day will be updated at 7 PST or 16 CET. While the leaderboard will be updated daily, the correct answers will only be revealed at the end of the event. So day 1 has not been solved. Welcome back to another edition of the Mysteries of Anniversary. The GMs have prepared more challenges. Are you ready for it? And it's just this picture. To be honest, I always hated that it's just a picture. I really don't get the riddles. I just wish there was a little bit more text to it. Overall, there will be 10 different days, and you can participate. Otherwise, we're going straight into the Pearl Shop. So, Pearl Shop wise, we have the special Pearl Boxes, 6,000 A coin with just a coupon. Special Pearl Box, 10,000 A coin, just a coupon as well. The other one, I believe, is still active. Then we have the Radiant Adventure Support Pack, reduction for premium outfits, some sealed combat books. The 10 years anniversary thank you pack, available for 15 days in a premium. Then we have the Sweet Journey Pack, not available in Belgium and Netherlands because of gamble boxes. Then we have Choose Your Sweet Outfit. Premium Enhancement Pack, again, gamble boxes. More gamble boxes, the Blacksmith box, effectively. Nothing too crazy there. Then we have a continuation for the buffs at nerf prices. So 90-day Blessing of Old Moon for 9,750, so 50% off. Then we have one for 90 days for Value Pack, Camasovia, and Old Moon, respectively. Then we have some more Gamba stuff. Nothing too crazy again. 3+3 Wizard Goofy for 5,000 pearls, pretty much. Then we have the Choose Sweet Journey box. Then we have Mount Skill Change coupons, Mount Level Down tickets, Pet Skill Change, Choose Your Resplendent storage boxes, Gloamwalker. So Seraph will now receive the Gloamwalker outfit, double Gloamwalker pack. The Leopard Cat has made a return, 4,800 pearls. Popular Pet Pack, also here. The Choose Your Young Azure Dragon returns as well. And finally, 33.33% off all inventory categories. Again, thank you very much for sticking around, and I hope this helped you, and I wish you all the best of luck in all your taps that you may be doing.